If you've gone back and realigned your literature review, what role does the discussion chapter play? Because it can start to feel like, well, haven't I already done the work of linking my research back to the literature? But these two chapters are doing different things, and that distinction matters. The literature review sets the conceptual landscape. Once you've reworked your literature review, its role is to clarify the concepts that your research is built around, show how those concepts are understood in existing literature, identify tensions, gaps, and patterns, and establish the conceptual territory that your study sits within. So, after revising your literature review, it should feel aligned, it should feel coherent, and it should feel directly relevant to the study that you've done. But, and this is important, it is still doing that work in advance of your findings. The discussion chapter does something different. The discussion chapter is where your research actually enters that landscape. This is where you take your findings and ask, how do these findings extend what we already know? Where do they confirm existing interpretations? Where do they challenge or complicate them? What do they reveal that wasn't fully visible in the literature before? So, even if your literature review is now really well aligned, it's not making those claims, it's preparing the ground for them. Here's a simple way to think about the difference. The literature review says, here is how this area is currently understood. The discussion chapter comes along and says, here's how my research develops that understanding. Realigning the literature review is actually really helpful for the discussion. Doing this work properly makes the discussion chapter easier. It doesn't make it redundant. Because now you're not forcing connections between unrelated things. Your key concepts are already well defined, and your findings are positioned within a framework that actually fits. So instead of trying to create coherence in the discussion chapter, you are working with a coherence that already exists. Updating your literature review doesn't replace the discussion chapter, it enables it. Because the discussion chapter is not where you introduce the literature. It's where you use it, you develop it, and you challenge it through your findings.